Bishop's Avenue, Hampstead enters new chapter with development. English, that is. The streets of London. Let's jump straight into today's chosen article. For those of you that don't know, the Bishop's Avenue is a very famous road it's just past Hampstead, in between Hampstead and Finchley. Anyway, it reads, Hampstead's Millionaires Row was once a byword for elegance and luxury, but has become something of an eyesore in recent decades. True. Once the hunting ground of the Bishop of London, was it? The Bishop's Avenue earned its nickname from the huge plots where film stars, tycoons and royalty settled in the 30s and the 40s. It continues. But as the housing market boomed, the millionaires became billionaires. One of London's most exclusive addresses became blighted by boarded up crumbling mansions and constant churn of tearing down and rebuilding. So for those of you that have been to the Bishop's Avenue, you've seen that most of the houses are detached. They're on big plots of land and they are what we call mega mansions. And going back 25, 30 years, it was the road. But since then, there's other roads that have actually come up. And one of them, I think, is a very, very nice road. Is called Avenue Road in between Primrose Hill and St John's Wood. Anyway, let's carry on. Squatters, fire offshore investments, money laundering investigations and dodgy taste have all plagued the road's reputation over the years. Early residents like the Sainsbury's or Lyle Sugar heirs, newspaper proprietor Lord Copper, Greek King Constantine II, Billy Butlin, I don't know many of these names to be honest, or Gracia Fields would be shocked to see their genteel neighbourhood. The homes that were well maintained were often rented out to celebrities requiring privacy. Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber and Salma Hayek all taking up temporary residence. Yeah, I know about Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber, but I don't think it was a major pull factor for the Bishop's Avenue. One of the names that I recall was the Sultan of Brunei and also Lakshmi Mittal, the steel tycoon. Let's read on. So, it's a relief for Hampstead's local to see quality developments breathing new life into the famous street with more affordable homes than the usual $100 million price tag. Charles Lay, sales director of Bishop's Avenue Gardens, a 36 development of 2 to 4 bedroom apartments, says the road is now entering its third phase. From super mansions to apartments or luxury apartments, it's something that we've noticed on the road, and there's also luxury old people's home that makes sense to me because you have wealthy families that are seeing their children leave the cuckoo's nest, and they have parents left with huge houses that feel too big and that are often paid off in full, and they want to stay in the area. And I would say that a sensible thing to do would be to buy a modern apartment close by. And what better than the Bishop's Avenue? But let's see what the article says. This is one of the most famous roads in the world, but the area has some mixed press with some houses boarded up for decades. True, some people say it's money laundering, some people say it's a place to just park your money, but it's one of those, and it's similar happens to Belgravia as well. A lot of people complain about empty houses there. Let's carry on. We're turning the page on a new chapter in the Bishop's Avenue story, and we're not the only ones. There are 3 other apartment developments underway, and in another 18 months, the road will have a new lease of life. I think the road is looking better with these new developments becoming more modern. Some of those big mansions seem to look a little bit dated, and I think it's a good thing. If the 50-room mansions on 2.5-acre plots were only affordable to ultra-high net worths like the Sultan of Brunei. Okay, we've got his name in here now. Saudi royal family or Lakshmi Mittal, which is another name that I mentioned. Then these beautifully designed apartments with their spa, fitness suites and concierge service will appeal to locals who want to downsize, exactly what I said, and with all modern amenities. Lay adds, our biggest demographic are Hampstead residents selling their huge houses, which they have had for over 20 years. Once again, kids have left, and it's exactly what I said. They love the area and they don't want to move away from their friends, but want to be on one floor. Because they're getting older, they don't want to be climbing stairs. With privacy and security of someone on site on the end of a phone 24 hours and ability to park downstairs and get straight up to the apartments. Makes sense. There is a high service charge to be paid, but a lot of these residents are wealthy business people that have lived in Hampstead or close by for 20, 30 years, and they just want to have a nice retirement life, and these apartments to me do make sense. Ranging from 2.5 million to 8.8 million pounds, Bishop's Avenue Gardens is one of several similar developments. Now, they've mentioned the price there, 2.5 to 8.8 million, but it would be interesting to know how much that is on a price per square foot basis. So it really depends on the price per square foot, because Hampstead, I would say some of the houses are £2,000, £2,500 per square foot. And if some of these apartments are selling for £4,500 and £5,000 per square foot and they're leasehold with a high service charge, then there could be better options, and you could be closer in towards St John's Wood as well. So that's something that I would say is quite important. Kenwood says something else there. I'm not going to go into that. A concierge instead of a retinue of staff, minimal maintenance and security are all high on the tick list of these owners. Occupiers and families, including footballers from Premier League clubs, might move into the complex, which is close to areas and great schools. Footballers could potentially move there, but there are other locations. I know that there's a few that live in Chelsea and Fulham. Out of the area, you've got Hertfordshire, and then you've also got Hadley Wood, which sees a lot of celebrities and footballers as well. So Hampstead also has some celebrities, and if you go for a walk on the Heath, you're definitely going to see somebody famous there as well. He says the scheme is unique in bringing top quality Mayfair style elegance to Hampstead at an affordable price, selling permanent homes rather than investment properties. It's from Mayfair specialists with all the bells and whistles that people want now, he says. Bishop's Avenue is renowned as being the most prestigious address in this area, but what it didn't until the advent of these luxury apartments is a community spirit. I think Hampstead's got quite a good community spirit. A lot of people know each other. It's a very established location, and it's got a great high street. And I think that this type of living, I don't necessarily think it promotes community. If anything, people tend to just be in their car, get into the elevator, go into their apartment, and out they come. So let's see. Until recently, a 4-bedroom apartment in this area didn't exist. This is feeding the gap in the market. There's now the marketing suite for Bishop's Avenue Gardens 54, the Bishop's Avenue inquiries, blah, blah, blah. So let's just talk a little bit about the Bishop's Avenue. It was an amazing road 25, 30 years ago, had a select handful of houses, and now what we're seeing is planning permission. I mean, can you imagine the first house that got planning permission to be converted into apartments? It would have taken years, and it would have caused uproar, because you don't want to be living next to apartments when you're owning multi-million-pound houses. But times have changed. I personally think it's a good thing. I think it definitely makes the street look a lot better. And if you're driving down Bishop's Avenue, coming down from Hampstead, that's where the newest developments are. And as you go down, you'll see some of the older houses. Try and get down there, have a look. It's a great walk to the Heath on a Sunday as well. But yeah, that was today's article. I thought it was quite interesting, and the Bishop's Avenue seems like it's got a new lease of life, and definitely I think it's going to be popular with buyers. So hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Thanks for watching The Streets of London, and I'll catch you soon. Take care. Bye.